Well, hello and welcome back. So, quick warning before we get started. I have a little bit of a cold, so I sound a bit nasalier than normal. So if that bothers you, you might want to click out now. And I'm sure some of you returning are thinking, Ricky, this is what you always sound like. And, I guess that's a good thing too. Might be in one of those Bob Burger situations. Ricky sounds like this, but Ricky sounds like this. So, anyways, what are we doing today? The dark blues. Oh, and I'm going to add some shadowing, I forgot. We're going to start on that first. And then we're going to decide on how we want to do our dark blues. Now, one more thing. You may have noticed there wasn't an intro today. Yes, because we sold the gift. You haven't seen in the shorts or the last video. Very happy about it. So, after we finish this up, likely we will be starting our next piece I'm intending to do for charity, which will be the California Wildfire Relief Foundation. So, what did we do last time? Got my side paper here. Hope it's in camera. There. Just get some water. I'm trying to thin out this color. There we go. What I forgot was right here. This wave has some shadow to it. Kind of a difficult one too, because it crosses some of our figures. Going way too low. I've kind of changed how I set, so I need to change the tape that helps me keep these in focus. Oh, so that was a pretty quick touch-up. Oh, there's some little bits right here. Need some shadowing too. I knew there was something else I was forgetting. There, that's great. Okay, so for our darker spots, I'm just going to get this out of frame for a second. Get my P page. As you can see, here's all the splotches. Oh, that one kind of looks like a bird. Hold on a second. There we go. Okay, anyways. So, you got all your splotches here. Where I was working the pen to get the color I want. So we're going to see, where do I want my dark blues? And first we're going to start with the color we've been using. I'm just going to go in. See right there, I'm able to get quite a dark contrast of color. Who's that Pokemon? It's Pikachu. I'm going to say that every time. No, seriously, extra points if you can guess what doodle that was. So now we're going to go with my super dark blue. And we're going to go this manta ray looking one. And turn it into a little ray. There we go. Right, so let's try to get some color off of there. And let's pick just this spot right here, I guess. Looks pretty dark too. But it doesn't look as dark as what we already have. And, no. Oh, there it goes. Second coat gets it way darker. Huh. Ladies and gentlemen, we're literally going to wait for paint to dry. Well, for you, it's going to be instant. For me, I'm going to wait. Once it dries out, it'll be easier to tell, because this is deeper, but that kind of looks wetter. But I want to see once it's dry, so quick break. Ladies and gentlemen, A quick word from our sponsor. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? So, this one that we already used definitely seems to look better to me than the new one. So that's what we're going to go with. I'm just going to clean out my brush real quick. And boom. So the way I've done it before is kind of where the white is. I have the lighter, and then the darker is in the middle. Like it starts getting lighter and pulling away. So we're just going to try to recreate that. I'm going to start down here in this corner. Just drop a quick test. A little nervous about this step, not going to lie, because this is a big step. It's just, this is one of those steps that, like, majorly changes the piece here on out, you know? And it's like, it's like a lot of our big steps. Sure, you hear me say I'm nervous a lot on this channel, and it is right. Like anything, you work past it, you stick with your skills and what you know. And if you get too frustrated, you walk away and come back with a clear head. Let me go in there with a little color pencil. So how's everyone's day going? You getting ready for Thanksgiving? I hope everyone has a little something out there waiting for them this year. I'm looking forward to some pumpkin pie, boy. Like me that pie. Like the pumpkin pie is like early. I should just call it Pumpkin Pie Day. It's like the only day a year I wear a football jersey as well. You know what I've been doing a lot of recently, actually, is I've been playing Legends Arceus, and I'll admit, it's kind of fun. I stand by that Pokemon don't really make handheld games anymore, but I don't know. I'm hearing some problems with the new ZA. I mean, honestly, the reason I chose Arceus was the setting. I just like the setting. And the main problems I'm hearing with ZA are, first, it's favoring bulky Pokemon because how they changed the fighting system. It's just like Beefcake wins. It made it sound like Special wasn't overcoming enough, but then again, I haven't really played. I'll say though, Arceus is fun. I ordered a new controller for my Switch. I'll probably show off when I get here, but it's like a Pro controller that clips into it. That I hate the Joy-Con; they're flimsy. I hate the drift. I hate how the drift is like to the point where it's advertised in other people's products, but Nintendo still won't acknowledge it. Like, it's really so bad it's unusable. I was using the GameCube controller, but I want something a little more handheld, you know? Try to turn it into a handheld. Game kind of looks better in the handheld mode anyways. So here I got my blue laid out. It's looking kind of patchy, so what I'm going to do is just run some water through it. Through my edges. There we go. Need a little more water. You know, I mentioned quite a bit of times on this channel that Feraligatr was my first Pokemon, and of course they gave him a Mega Evolution, and it's funny, I like it when it's like closed, I don't like it when it's open. And some of you know what I mean, some of you don't. I don't know. And some of the Megas I like was it Metachamps? That one's alright, but like beyond aesthetics, it's like once you get hit with the lore, like it guilt trips you for using them. And the thing is, it's not like, you know, it makes you use them. It literally makes you use them again and again, and it's like, bro, the fuck, I don't need, like, why is my Pokemon hurt for this transformation? Especially Aerodactyls, like, I hated Aerodactyls so much. You know which one I used a lot? Because I got, like, Y right when it came out, so I got that Blaziken with the speed up ability, the shiny boy. And, of course, he had a Mega. He was, like, the only Gen 3 starter with the Mega in that game. But, a little nod to where they were going with the next game. Almost every time he got it. But that boy was... Got multiple versions of it. See, I got X and Y, and I didn't use him on some of the playthroughs just because he made it too easy. I need to, ended up giving my version of X to a friend, but... Okay, so, I got everything on there in the Pokédex, and the way I was able to do it was I cornered the Pavilion Market at the time. You could set your region, and you had to do it before you started the game, or it would be locked in there. And there was none for Antarctica, so if you had Antarctic pavilions, you could get whatever you wanted. So, of course, I got a game to there and just kept trading myself Antarctic pavilions. But I always wanted to get the shiny. I want a shiny pavilion, but the body's white, and the Antarctic one is all white. So it's like, of course, if I'm going to have a shiny one, that's kind of the one I want, you know. And what I'm getting at is I essentially want to get another copy of that game. Just to beat through it, to be able to farm the Antarctic shiny pavilion. Because, of course, my standard Game Boy is set to me. And it's like I gave the Game Boy and the copy to a friend, so I'm not going to go reneging on a gift. So I fucked up here. I bled a little, so I'm going to erase it now. Well, fresh. Just kind of gently. And then I'm going to get this yellow. I'm going to color it in. And we're going to pretend like that never happened. That's like my white whale. And if I ever get stupid money, you know, to buy another old DS. That's one of the DS I actually got used, and it had an SD card in it. It was just some kid who recorded his family driving to McDonald's again and again. A little Mexican family. Also like some episodes of some Disney show. I don't know, I kind of just skipped through them. And it made me feel better because when the DS arrived, it was very greasy. And I'm like, oh, it's a McDonald's. Yeah, I'd have to get another one to set the region and get Pokemon X again. You know, by the way, the Pokemon Bank, everyone's like, first, the reason I got X and Y after only playing the older games up to that point, by older I mean like 3 and back, was because you could get all the Pokemon. And then they're like, oh, Omega Ruby and Sapphire, and a lot of my friends were like, aren't you gonna get fucking Omega? No. I got all the it set a switch in my head, and I really didn't want to play Pokemon for a long time after that, because like I had finally collected them all. It had been, I was an adult at that point, you know, it had been a large part of my life. It was a major accomplishment, and I felt at peace with it. Unlike where I am now, just trying to breed for rare Pokemon. But, which is like a peaceful thing. But they're also like, you need to get the Pokebank so you can transfer them. I'm like, No, because they were shutting down all kinds of live services at the time. I'm like, it's like all those other live services I told you they're going to do. They're going to shut it down. You're going to lose access to your Pokemon. And lo and behold, they're shutting down the Pokebank. And people are losing access to Pokemon. Also, I couldn't guarantee, like, some of the Pokemon where I got them from. I can only transfer so many over. It's like, dude, I have this living I have this living encyclopedia of what was all the Pokemon to that point. I want them to be together. Also, like, sometimes, like, what makes a Pokemon good in one generation, like, they really suck in a later generation. They lose things. And it'd be kind of cool to be able to transfer some of my really old Pokemon. But I mean, like, I think like most people, I just end up getting the, if available in the game I got, just catching my favorites again and naming them what they were in another team in another game. Just lightly touching around his head there. Oh, this is terrible. It's quite horribly nerve-wracking. You have to cut that out. Ugh. Oh man, that's such a hard little space to get into. Ah. I'm sort of just kind of getting quiet and cursing, but I'm just very technical area. I'm super into it. Ugh. Oh, I need rest for a second. I always recommend taking breaks, especially if you feel angry or just any major change in your emotional state. Like, I have some pictures, like, I'd only work on when I felt a certain way. Especially writing, like, I wrote some stuff that made me, like, so sad I had to just kind of, like, walk away for a while. I'm like, why'd you write them? Like, it's important to the story. See how the water, it kind of goes out to the fresh spot where it pulps out to it? Oh, damn it, I went down too far. Just kind of shoring up some of these lines right here. Okay. I think I'm going to work away from here, and then as my brush gets drier, I'll go back in the tighter area and add to it, because, oh man. Controlling the water dispersal of your brush is very important. You know, pins a lot of time, I mean, unless you get a certain type of pin. Like the flow, though, is very set. And of course, there's a lot of times I was using a pin and it broke and it just completely ruined it because, like right in the middle of the piece. And I was like, ugh. Hours down the freaking drain. You know, my cousin, when we were kids and we'd just sit around and draw, he really loved doing pencil specifically, and he didn't like pen, he didn't like color, because he loved doing shading with the different shades of gray. And a lot of people wanted him to do color, but he's like, no, my artwork is meant to be black and white. Same guy I told you, we got really into the computer art. I mean, he did color there. The thing is, though, like, it's because he would draw something cool and people would be like, oh, color it now. And it's like, people didn't really understand, and maybe they don't now, is that something's drawn, like, for something to be colored, it has to be drawn in a way that's intended to be colored. Like, if you just draw something and intend to color, it's not going to look right. There we go. That looks pretty good. Okay, so look into this half of it. Undo. I'm going to start dancing around our boy. Oh, I love that. I'm going to go and do that everywhere. That really makes those inner ones stand out more. But again, like, I like a lot of these variant Pokemon. I mean, it kind of makes sense. And the Hisuian Decidueye is probably one of my favorite ones. The only thing I don't like about them is how they're ordered in the Pokédex. Like, if you play Pokemon Go, it's just like Rattata, he has 2 forms, so I guess it's a little... But there's a lot of them where it'll be like their normal number in their normal area, and then it jumps. And it goes like way down to like 700 because it was discovered way later, and it breaks the species apart. And I guess they need to restructure the decks at this point. We just need to have more linking bits. Oh, Meowth. There we go. It has all his different evolutions now. Meowth, by the way, got a lot. I always thought I was the only one that liked Meowth. You know, I was in the park one time, and I overheard this conversation between this Mexican mom and her little kid. And she's like, "Did you finish your workbook?" And he's like, "Yeah." I couldn't find that one though. It's like, "Oh, the one you wanted. What was his name? Meowth?" He said, "No, it's Mew, Mom." But first, bless her heart, because my mother still couldn't tell you the difference between a Pikachu. She asked me the other day, "What's the difference between a Pikachu and a Pokemon?" So you know, at least she's trying. Yeah, but it stuck with me now. Every time I'm like, "Go Meowth." I didn't even know I existed in that moment. I was just over on the swing pushing my kid over her, but man, did I love it. Yeah, it's starting to look really good now. I'm flipping it to do the next part. What I need to do is get in here. A really tight area. I have a lot of these spaces blank, but these letters are going to get so thick, and there's not going to really be a lot of room. So she might fill it in with purple. Purple. Looks like we're going to have just enough time to finish up these blues, and man, are they looking beautiful. Once we finish up the blues in the next one, we'll finally probably be able to do the outlines of our words. And probably get their tags on the wall as well. So I remembered the frame as well. I'm going to paint the frame to an extent. I'm going to paint some stripes on it. Go with the theming. And the framing process, I'll probably make videos of that as well. Again, because we're doing the dynamic, it'll be different than the last framing video I did of how to frame. It was more just like a general instructional one for anyone on YouTube. This one to be helpful. See, now this is drying, it's looking a lot better. But yeah, let's get in there and let's finish up our blues for today. So it'll probably be blue, words, tags, framing. Then we'll start on our Darmanitan or something. I'm going to make a little executive call here and be like, yeah, we need some blue. Just mark over it, you know. I don't want white spaces, that's the thing. You guys think about it, I don't want the white spaces. I can fix up the blotchiness with like the outlines. Son doesn't seem to be into Legends Arceus, so he likes the handhelds more. Still, I'm going to get our 64 out and plug in Pokemon Stadium. I think he might like that. Seen a lot of people have been playing it now because it's on the Switch Online. And like, I could pay for online services, or I could just get my Nintendo 64 out. You get some of those modern controllers though for it. A lot of companies have made a. I mean, I love the 64, but the joystick had like the worst joystick ever. Nintendo, yeah, I mean, you know, a big Nintendo fan. GameCube controller was peak. You haven't really lived up to that. You know? Like, get fucking with it. Like, fucking, you just try to make shit fragile so people will break it. You know, like, half your audience is adult men. Like, oh, children, who's buying it for them? Yeah, we want to be able to hold the controller. My large American meaty hands are having trouble catching the Pokemons. My large, meaty American hands. I got a cheeseburger clutched in one hand, a jumbo drink at my side, and I'm catching Pokemon. That's the American dream. You didn't tell me the founding fathers weren't thinking about Snubble when they were thinking of the American dream? Goddamn right they were. Specifically, yes, specifically Snubble. This is an excruciating D. Do with that what you will. Oh, I almost test margined up here, and ugh, what's wrong with me? Filled in the D too. Again, line work. Line work will solve a lot of this. You know, these spots are transparent on the box art anyway, so I think I'm making the right choice here. And if not, you can scold me later. Again, that's art. It's about discovery and mistakes. I'm going with my line here just to... I'm going to try to get it as straight as possible. My original intent. I'm going to clean up that a bit later with an eraser because I'm afraid to touch it right now. Yeah, I'm going to touch it right now. Lord Mary, or Lord Jesus, please forgive me. Oh, yeah. Okay. So now, let's get back to down here. Like right here. I'm not afraid I was painting my Gyarados for it. See, I'm worried about bleeding in there, so I'm starting there and pulling it up. Away from it. That was excruciating, bro. Okay. Just gonna touch up in here a little bit. So far, I mean, I'm not very far in it, but you know, you pick to be a little boy or girl, and like whoever you don't pick, they kind of just sit there in the office. Right now, he's just kind of sitting in the office. I also found it funny. I mean, I kind of like it. They do something, but the two starters that you don't pick also sit in the office, and you can kind of see where yours would go. In my case, it's a perch. But the other guy doesn't get one. He like got a Pikachu. He fought me for a second. He sucked. Yeah, like humans aren't that used to Pokemon here, and I'm hoping there's gonna be like a few more like human battles. It's gonna be like something. You fight people more. I don't know. You know, I'm not very far though. I did peek at the roster though. I already got a lot of the Pokemon I wanted, so. You know, I didn't play Diamond and Pearl when it came out. And and especially Black and White had, for me, what was the worst design generation of Pokemon. And, I mean, they kind of mixed it up a bit with this one, but for me, it's nice not wanting all the Pokemon, even though this game's centered around catching them, but then I can, like when I was a kid, first time I played Crystal, I was like, oh, I've always wanted one of these. Because I was encountering so many of them for the first time, and I would stop and I would play with one for a long time and be like, this one kind of sucks, actually. And, with this, I'm kind of skipping that. I'm just, like, going right to my favorite ones and, using them. I'm also using, like, a Blitzel, like, for a long time. Just because he's kind of beefy before I could get more. A Graveler popped out of nowhere. Like, super high level, and I was able to catch it, but, not super high level, but he's a good, like, 8 levels higher than anything I had. Or she. Named her Roxanne. You turn it upside down. I'm starting to get some hard to deal with angles here. That one needs to be a little darker. I'm kind of worried at the condition of the paper in that area. The area of the paper is sensitive. Okay, I think that's about it. Okay. Oh wow, that looks really... I can't see the camera, so like I don't see it till I come up because it looks way more vivid on camera. So wow, you can really see it coming along now. As always, I hope you're excited as I am to see the outcome of this, and make sure to stick around for that. Can't turn my mind off sometimes. Okay. What I'm going to do there, actually... There we go. Okay, anyways. I hope you're excited as I am to see how this turns out. Again, next time we'll be doing our letters finally. I'll probably practice them again first. You know, we outline them and then fill them in, and oh man. I mean, if something's going to completely mess the picture up at this stage, it's that. I'll also do any watercoloring I think needs done before that, because I'm not going to be able to watercolor anywhere around that once I do it. Ugh, this has been one of the more interesting ones to see it get filled in, just because the nature of what the picture is. So again, in the next few days, I'll try to get the next one of these uploaded. And, you know, I hope to see you back here then. Until then, try to have a good day and stay safe. And whatever you're doing, I hope it's full of passion and drive like this is for me.